How you guys doing? This is very important in reference to history and the fact of these people that had kidnapped me from my mother and father's mansions. And in reference to different cities and states and, schools that know me in reference to, Beverly Hills schools or universities or Colorado schools or North Carolina or New York schools, different places I went to school growing up, and performing arts and media, and in reference to my mother and father's companies. This is very important in reference to them filing hostage charges against these people holding me hostage. All branches of all the companies and all the properties of my mother and father and grandparents need to file hostage charges against these satellite controllers and these government people and their people that are trying to steal my identity. It's kind of obligatory in reference to the facts, such as people trying to estrange me from my mother and father's estates. I'm the only child forever. And these government people, they need to get prosecuted. So in reference to the information, like somebody needs to say, it's not like where's Waldo, you know what I mean? But somebody will say, hey, where's the owner of the company? And then do a story in the news and the media in reference to people. See how long it takes for somebody to wonder where I'm at after this. Not in reference to wonder where I'm at, because I'm being held hostage, literally. I'm seriously being held hostage. Oh, and another thing, my mother, hang on a second. But in reference to, I am literally being held hostage by these government people. They kidnapped me from my mother and father's properties. I don't have keys to any properties. I don't know which location is safe to travel to. It's a long story in reference to the situation. But in reference to people that are on my mother and father's payroll that were obligated, that were obligated and they were paid to get in contact with me and to deliver things through the postal mail or to deliver information to me. And, they need to be doing YouTube videos. People need to be doing a lot of videos about this situation. I'm supposed to be at my mother and father's mansions. Oh, if you're wondering, nobody's delivered any phone numbers. There hasn't been any phone numbers from any Jewish girls or anybody that's tried to send me any phone numbers or any letters or anything. So obviously you got to file charges if anybody tried to deliver any phone numbers or messages. Didn't receive nothing. And California is obligated, like I've mentioned before, that they allowed these people to kidnap me. There's even phone records of some of these people doing their tricks, trying to steal from me and trying to steal from my accounts, and people trying to steal my identity in California too. Enroll protocols in all 50 states. So, it's very important in reference to my identity and who my parents are. So, in reference to, and another thing, it's never signed, never, never gave, never sold, never, not ever, not ever going to, not never. But, my mother, when they had held me hostage back in the 80s too, and even now, my mother had, she had subsidized and tried to put money on my hourly wages at jobs. And one of these government men is obviously stealing that money. And I think they had a court case like in the past few years or something, that the Treasury was supposed to add money to my hourly wages at any job and every job. Because, in reference to my trust funds, I wouldn't be working in these types of jobs. I'd be at my mother and father's mansions, and I haven't received any information about my CDL or what the courts are saying or what anybody's saying. Not received any information at all. Which is violations of the due process of many things. No, I haven't received any of the lawsuit money in reference to human rights or the police brutality of criminals that are dirty government that have terrorized my life and dirty government that have damaged my teeth and face. And human rights is very important in reference to my identity and who I am. These government people trying to steal from me, and people that had violated the human rights of my parents, these government people and their tricks where they tried to steal everything. Very important information. So, in reference to the history of things, and the fact that I've not received any compensation, I've not received any monies, and these government people have been burning my face and teeth, Supreme Court. They've been doing this stuff for years, through several different administrations of government. Now we need to see the early records of when somebody informed the Supreme Court of these abuses that these people had done to me. The first days when they had kidnapped me from my mother and father's mansions in Beverly Hills and and Bel Air. They missed my mouth. And other places they tried to do things. My parents had it on guidelines and documents that I was supposed to be at my mother and father's mansions a certain time during the year, every year, certain mansions in certain cities and certain states. I've mentioned that before, but yet nobody has delivered any information at all. So, many things of importance. I haven't heard anything about my CDL, the controversy and the fact that they intentionally tried to block me from getting my CDL. And my CDL is possibly supposed to be a royal CDL license, plus I have royal diplomatic immunity. And plus I passed, all the exercises, but then over at the testing site, they sabotaged the vehicle. And they need the videos. They are evidence in court to show that it was sabotaged. Because I would do all the exercises on the range with no points. And then, on the test, it took like 12 or 13 points and still did not get the tractor and trailer in the parking spot. But over on the range, on the same day prior to taking the test, I was able to get the truck in the parallel, the offset, with no points. You understand that? Like you couldn't figure out that that's sabotage, what these people have done. Time's ticking, the meter's running. It's more lawsuits, they go up every single day. And in reference to wages, like I guess in reference to my wages, my mother had guidelines of how much I was supposed to be paid, which was subsidized. Either my mother added money to my hourly wages during these hostage situations, but this government man is skimming off of it. He's stealing all the monies off the payroll of where my mother had it arranged where she tried to add money to my hourly wages, or the government, the Treasury, and the labor union knows particulars of history, and plus my celebrity wages as a celebrity. And yet other people that claim to be celebrities have tried to deny my identity. Celebrities that had tried to play this game like they were conspiring against me. I'm not sure which ones, but there has to be court cases against everybody conspiring against me. I'm the only child of my mother and father. I own the companies and businesses forever. And my mother and father's companies need to put something on a website and on the news or something in reference to who I am and what the circumstances of this situation are. Because people want to know what's going on. Some people have known me since I was little. And they want to know what the holdup is. Why these people have been damaging my face and teeth. Why these people have been holding me hostage. Why these people have been making up lies. Why are they blocking me from my mother and father's mansions? I'm going to have security around my mother and father's mansions too. So, these people playing this game of holding me hostage here. And which people was on security payroll? How many people have been on payroll of the security, but yet I have not received any monies in the postal mail or in the mailbox here or on any job? Nobody's delivered any monies. And that satellite man is still burning my face and teeth, Supreme Court. It's attempted murder. So anyways, people need to make YouTube videos, talk about the situation, talk about the history of things. Things are very important in getting, things known and people being aware of the situation. It's very important.